the difference between a rural setting versus an urban setting. So
Right.
New York being urban,
Exactly.
right? So in general, about 80% of the U.S. population now lives in urban centers.
Okay.
And 20% obviously in rural settings. And then mortality, if we go back, say, 20 years, 1999. So let's do a 20-year comparison.
Okay.
1999 to 2019.
Right.
Okay? So pre-pandemic, pre-COVID pandemic. The difference in deaths was 7%. People died 7%. There were 7% more deaths per 100,000 in rural settings. Rural, you die more.
Wow.
Yeah. And we can talk about all the different causes in a second. 20 years later, the difference is 20%. 20%. That's huge. So it has,
Why did
the
it
gap has
expand?
increased.
Why did the gap increase so much?
Yeah. So we can categorize them under social determinants of health. So more poverty, less access to high quality healthcare in rural areas.
Okay.
More of the TAOs. Remember we talked about TAOs,
What was Taos? It was tobacco,
tobacco consumption,
alcohol
consumption,
overconsumption of foods,
of the 3 S's,
sugar,
the 3 shitters, I call them.
sugar,
Salt,
salt,
saturated fats.
and saturated fats.
Yeah.
And which ones are the saturated fats?
The ones that come, for example, the fat in red meats, the fat in animal products, saturated fats.
Well, I thought
They're-
animal fat wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
No, there are good and bad, but there are more bad ones in animal fats. The good fats are in vegetables, in avocado.
I thought there were certain
In oils.
vegetable oils that were worse.
Yes, some of them have saturated, and some have polyunsaturated. So you want the unsaturated.